Welcome back. Mr. Ted, how are you going to attack unemployment here?
Unemployment, you're right, is a big issue here in Pakistan. There's a huge youth boom that's taking place here where you have, throughout Pakistan, 2 million new people entering the job market. And here in Punjab alone, you have 1 million people entering the job market. So this could be a great demographic dividend for Pakistan as this youth enters employment, becomes economically productive. You've seen in China and in India and other countries where this demographic dividend has had a positive impact. So the same can
But
very
if
well,
they're employed?
If they're employed, and that's the
Some
key
goods
thing.
and services.
Because otherwise you'll have a demographic disaster. And so we're very...
How are you helping it?
What we're doing now is we're talking to our various Pakistani partners in developing workforce development programs. So we think that in the areas of agriculture that we already talked about, increasing productivity and production and marketing in the agricultural sector, that'll create jobs for youth. In the dairy and livestock sector, that'll create jobs. And so what we're looking at now is trying to determine what are those skill sets that the youth need that will allow them to find jobs. So this is another area where we work very closely with the private sector to see what are their needs for jobs, and then working with vocational and training centers so that they can provide those skill sets to the youth that will be entering the job market.
In your planning or strategy, this figures very prominently that employment has to be created.
Right, exactly. It's very important, yes. And so
how do you evaluate that this project should be funded and it should be assisted, or which project should not be? What mechanism do you have?
Yeah, well, what we do is a variety of, we look at a variety of factors. We look at what is the expertise that the United States can provide. What is our comparative advantage as opposed to, say, the World Bank or the Asian Development Bank or DFID or some of the other bilateral donors? Where's the expertise?
I think United States is the largest donor we have.
We are the largest bilateral donor here in Pakistan, providing the most in grant and civilian assistance. The World Bank and the Asian Development Bank provide loans, but we provide grants. So we look and see what are the other donors doing.
And no strings attached.
Only good performance. That's what we're interested in. So we look at that. We look at what do our government partners, what is their strategy, what are their priorities, and we try to fit our programs into theirs. We talk to the private sector, we talk to civil society organizations and non-governmental organizations to find out what are their priorities and needs, and then based on that, we spend a good amount of time in designing programs that are effective, that address the real needs, but also that are implementable, so that these are projects that we have the right partners in place that can really carry them out as well. And then based on our funding levels and on the ability to have to show impact in a reasonable amount of time, that's how we determine what areas to work in. So as I said before, we've narrowed down our focus to those 5 areas of energy, economic growth, health, education.
Those are key areas.
And those are key areas. And so rather than throwing out activities or funding throughout in a number of different areas, really we feel that focusing
basically
our
it is
efforts,
directed to develop Pakistan economically.
yeah, that can have a real impact too.
यानी आपकी जो assistance है, your support program in Pakistan, how can it be more effective?
मैं इससे पहले कि मैं आपके सवाल का जवाब दूं, आपके पिछले सवाल से रिलेट करूंगा बात को, जिसमें आपने कहा था कि पाकिस्तान को क्या करने की ज़रूरत है कि इन मसाइल का हल किया जा सके, और इसी में हमारा एड या किसी भी इमदाद के प्रोग्राम या किसी भी ऐसे इक़्तिसादी तरक्की के प्रोग्राम जिसमें कोई हमारे साथ मुआवनत कर रहा हो, उससे इस्तिफ़ादा किया जा सकता है। बुनियादी तौर पे हमें ये समझ लेना चाहिए कि हम अगर हर हाउस होल्ड को या हर कारोबार को जाके मदद करने लग गए तो हम कभी भी नहीं कर सकेंगे, जबकि एक अच्छा इस्तिलाही प्रोग्राम लेके आए और पॉलिसीज़ को तब्दील कर दिया जाए इस तरह से कि वो खुद से ही कारोबार की
कहाँ से ढूंढ लिया आपने? सीधी बात।
अच्छा जी, पॉलिसीज़ और कारोबारी बिजनेस पॉलिसी को बदलने की ज़रूरत है, उसको रिफॉर्म करने की ज़रूरत है। ये चीज़ हमें रोक के रखेगी तरक्की से, ये बात हमें।
आपके लिए ये यहाँ ब्यूरोक्रेसी या रेड टेपिज्म कोई रुकावट है?
देखिए वो तो मोस्टली हमारे साथ सब लोग ताउन करते हैं क्योंकि हमारा सबका ऑब्जेक्टिव तरक्की है, लिहाजा हमें इस किस्म का तो कोई ऐसा तासुर नहीं मिलता। लेकिन ये देखना कि हमारी इस वक्त प्रायोरिटीज़ क्या है, हम किन चीज़ों के ऊपर तब्दीली को देखते हुए आगे का अपना मुस्तकबिल का तयन कर सके। अगर हमने 20 लाख नई रोजगार के मौके इस
But this is not your responsibility, it is the responsibility of the government and state and people of Pakistan. I have said, since you are here in a big way.
वी आर सपोर्टिंग दैम। हमारे पास यहाँ पे एक्सपर्ट्स लोग मौजूद हैं, जैसे हमने एग्रीकल्चर पॉलिसी में
excels in expertise
एग्जैक्टली
in so many fields.
जी, ये एक्सपर्टीज़ इस वक्त हम लेके आते हैं जिसको नॉर्मली टेक्निकल असिस्टेंस का भी नाम दिया जाता है। तो हमने यही वाला ताउन, जिस वक्त टेक्नोलॉजी की बात हुई।
Well, I said the third thing was, first was rapid response, effective presence, and third is training.
Training's important.
You know, the
technical
gentleman
support.
who gave an independent view. I
Right.
forgot about training last
training,
week.
yeah.
Anyway.
सो इन सारी चीज़ों को जिस वक्त आप इकट्ठा कर देंगे तो आप इक्तिसादी और समाजी तरक्की की तरफ गामजन हो
Mr.
सकते हैं।
Ted, are you satisfied that whatever you wanted to do for the people of Pakistan, you are able to do?
I think so. I'm so impressed with the Pakistanis here, how dynamic the private sector is. For example, the senior civil servants that we work with in the government are so impressive. There's so much energy and drive to improve the development of
they are
Pakistan.
interested.
Very much so. It's quite impressive. I've never worked with such good partners in so many different areas, including my staff at USAID. So I am very optimistic about Pakistan and the development of Pakistan. And our job really is to try to work our way out of providing development assistance to Pakistan once development and social and economic indicators are improved so that Pakistan can take on this effort themselves, which is what we've done, for example, working and providing assistance to Taiwan, South Korea, Singapore. All those countries, we help jumpstart their economic and social development, and now they're great economic powers that are providing economic assistance to other countries. And I can see that happening with Pakistan as well.
Sir, this is an issue which is very big issue here. That is corrupt practice. But you know, every dollar that you spend, does it reach the needful or the rightful people?
Well, I think corruption occurs everywhere. I mean, that's an issue that whenever you're dealing with financing and
have you any
funds,
foolproof arrangement to see to it that
we do.
It is not gone to the pockets of those who did not deserve?
We do. We have lots of mechanisms in place to ensure that. We start off by when we design activities, we make sure that built in there are the financial and management systems that are in place so that it's very transparent and accountable where the money goes. We also have
an accountability system in place.
We have an accountability system in place.
And feedback.
And feedback as well. And we have managers that oversee all of our activities, that work, that review all vouchers, all expenditures. We also have auditors that go on a regular basis and check their books. And then with the local institutions that we work with, we ensure that they have the capacity, the financial systems in place before we actually give them resources. So
the money
watch
is being
that very
spent
closely.
on the projects that you intended to.
Yes, and you know, we have a responsibility. This is the American people's, our taxpayers' money, so it's our responsibility to ensure that it's going to the right place.
सजाद मुगल साहब, ये जो पैसा है ये लूटमार का शिकार हो जाता है या वाकई उन प्रोजेक्ट पर लगता है जो लोगों के लिए आपने प्लान किए थे?
यूएसएड के हवाले से तो मैं तो इस यकीन के साथ कह सकता हूँ ये पैसा वहीं पे लगा है जहाँ पे इसकी ज़रूरत थी। इसके अलावा जैसे टेड ने आपको बताया कि हमारे मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम तो अपनी जगह पे मौजूद हैं, हम एंटी फ्रॉड हॉटलाइन भी हमारे पास मौजूद है जिसको आपने बोर्ड्स पे देखा होगा,
और ये अखबारों में इश्तिहार भी आए हुए,
इश्तिहार भी। सो अगर किसी को हमारे किसी प्रोजेक्ट में इस बात का अंदेशा हो कि ये पैसे उन कामों पे इस्तेमाल नहीं हुए तो वो हमें कॉल कर सकते हैं और हम उसके ऊपर फिर एक्शन भी लेते हैं।
अच्छा,
जा सो हम पूरे यकीन के साथ कह सकते हैं कि वो काम जिसके
अब
लिए
एक जुमले में क्या इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं यूएसएड या
हम लोग पाकिस्तानियों की ताउन कर रहे हैं या मदद कर रहे हैं उस ऑब्जेक्टिव को, तरक्की के उस ख्वाब को हासिल करने के लिए जो हम सबका हक है।
तो आर यू सेटिस्फाइड?
मैं सेटिस्फाइड।
लोग हों या ना भूखों मर रहे हों, उनके पास कुछ हो ना हो, आप खुश हैं बस?
ऐसी बात तो नहीं मैं कहूँगा कि मैं पाकिस्तानी सबसे पहले हूँ और अगर वो खुश नहीं है तो मैं खुश नहीं हूँ, लेकिन हमारा मसला इतना बड़ा है कि इसमें सिर्फ यूएसए
यू थिंक यू आर डूइंग अ फाइन जॉब
एग्जैक्टली
टू इम्प्रूव द लॉट ऑफ द कॉमन मैन हियर।
आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा।
Towards the end of this program, Mr. Ted, what do you have to say to people of Pakistan?
Well, I just want to thank you again for having us on the show. The American people are close and strong and long-term partners with the people of Pakistan, and we will continue to be so over the long term to ensure that Pakistan is a stable, prosperous, and strong country.
And you are helping reduce poverty and improve lives of the people of Pakistan.
That's what we intend to do with our Pakistani
And
partners.
you think you are doing a good, substantial job to get this objective.
We are trying our best, and we're working with the Pakistani people to ensure that that happens.
Any animosity or impediment that you fear?
No, development is a long-term endeavor. It takes generations. When you talk about educating children, that's a generation before you can really see the results. When you're talking about health care, maternal and child health care, it takes a long time.
Okay,
so I think
Mr.
we need to be patient too.
And I am very pleased to have you, and you have conveyed what you are trying to do in Pakistan. And I hope it helps Pakistanis develop, build their lives better. Mr. Ted and Sajjad Mughal, thank you for your time and views both.
Thank
you.
Nazreen, thank you for watching us.